Oh, there's nothing to do here. You know what that means. Yep. Well, well. Yes.
Welcome. It's been quite some time.
Back in the Velvet Room.
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world. I have summoned you within your dreams. Now then, your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far. Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
Yeah, I can solve it.
Splendid! The precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey? It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight. Margaret?
What's right? What you should choose to do in life? The answers to those things lie within you.
I'm going to think about my life and set my own path.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your memory during your journey.
Failing to understand and failing to listen are rather different things.
All right, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast. Some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
Oh God! All right, let me get the door. Jesus. Oh,
Teddy's missing. I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
I'm worried.
Yeah, me too. He was acting all weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Juness?
It's a good question.
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
That Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
Let's think about this.
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now, we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts. Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano the announcer, and Saki-san. From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
I don't think there's
I
any
always found
doubt
that
that it
weird.
includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior, and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself. What do you think, Senpai?
There's something else.
Think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something
like, how
I've
does he
been
know
wondering
about the
about for
TV
a
world?
while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too?
Which makes no sense because we're all still very much alive.
Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV.
What?
Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
Mm-hmm. It's the alibi.
Her alibi? Wasn't it airtight right from the beginning? How could she kidnap people and throw them into TVs if she's out of the country?
No. The warning letter.
Warning letter? Oh yeah! Whatever happened to that thing?
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
Yeah, but why would he send it? How would he know it was us?
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like...
Exactly.
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean...
Namatame didn't write it.
Yeah, it's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right?
Yeah. Thing is, how would they know to go to Dojima specifically, like to his residence? And written specifically for me.
If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So, Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first 2 cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
There's only one person.
Someone else? Then, it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
Nope.
We can't say for certain yet.
Definitely not.
We urgently need to speak with Namatame
I know
face
who
to
did,
face.
though. I know who did. Yeah, we're the seekers of truth now, so. The Truthseekers.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have
Remember,
a
the
plan,
security's not very bright.
but there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Alright.
Hey, this place is off limits.
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah. Understood. I see. Well, you're on the list. I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Yep.
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
I'll vouch for his identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective ADACHI is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful. I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
Wow!
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object. So he won't be gone long.
All right, then now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you. It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh? No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Huh. Who should throw it first?
Me?
Yukiko was the first one he threw in. So that right there already tells you something ain't right.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
Okay. Why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
Why the warning letters?
What are you talking about?
He never wrote them. Now we know. So who killed the first two?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
As I thought.
You... believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Yep.
Only... you?
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story? All right. Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on.
Which really sucks.
I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV. I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead
And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown. I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remembered the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did. So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store. After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful. But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone?
Okay, at least now we know that his mistress died from asphyxiation from shadows.
Come
and
on!
That's what happened to this girl
please!
too. That makes a lot more sense. Because I had forgotten what the heck actually killed her.
The next day, they found her dead. I knew she was going to be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you. She'll be kidnapped next, and murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it?
He was throwing them in the TV, not knowing what was going on.
To smile at me again.
Thinking that it would actually save them.
And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Yeah, as in, the shadow would show up, right? But both the shadow and physical self were in the same world at the same time. Then, you know, there was no way for them to get yeeted and then all of a sudden being upside down on a TV pole.
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
Mind you, this is the logic that he basically explained to us. So
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
nope, because then, unbeknownst to you, them shadows would have choked them out anyway.
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril.
Yeah, you doofus.
It was my friends here who really saved us all.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew you couldn't even get out of that place on your own.
No. That's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
See us? Wait, are you talking about the concert we did at Junes?
Yep, remember how he was there dressed up as a janitor or whatever?
Yes.
In the corner.
I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other, and how much you remembered.
And he eavesdropped on us too.
But in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything and ran home. I must have felt too guilty. But all the doubts and anxieties I'd been unconsciously suppressing exploded out when I entered the television myself. I thought I was going insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero. I never doubted what I saw on TV, and believed everything was as I wanted it to be.
Boy, did he goof up on that one.
I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I couldn't protect them. I'm to blame for all of this.
Well, what's done is done.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences.
Oh, he's doing way better than Akechi did in Persona 5, that's for certain.
Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world, you can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
That's our plan.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
Wait till you find out who it is.
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
Sheesh.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
Oh boy. Oh joy. All that talking we gotta do now. Oh god, I'm gonna hate this part of the story. We gotta start interviewing every last person we can. And blah blah blah. Oh god, I hate this part. Alright, first things first. Check again and just ask people around there, just in case. Okay. Okay. I ate the red one. Tomatoes and red bean. Yep, you just gotta go straight back to Inaba. Alright, back to Inaba. Now, first place. Let's go to floodplain. Here. Not what's up? Alright, let's go. Any access to the school? Nope. So, Central Shopping District. Let's go there. Huh. Very odd. Did she knows anything? Let's see what everyone else knows so far, please. Saw someone wandering around the shopping district. And now. Let's keep asking around. Saki Konishi, okay. Yeah. Huh. So now, go back to Naoto. Let her know what's up. Yeah. Oh, they make me really want to run around today. Jesus. I hate this case for this reason. You know what? I haven't gotten in here in a minute. Not sure if he'll say anything, but... Nah, nothing there. Okay. Oh, this got me all like perplexed right now. Hold on. I forgot how much of a pain in the butt this one is. Or how much running back and forth you have to do. This stupid case. I forgot the order of this. That's how much of a mess it is. Let's go do this real quick. Who? You know what? Go back to the floodplain. Because that's where he spoke to this girl and like warned her about whatever. Oh, the old man. Hey, you old fart. Like, see, this is what's really frustrating about this. Yeah, whatever has side quests, they're not going to contribute anything. Yeah, so. I'm actually trying to pull up a search on this because, damn, I forgot how to do this shit. Okay, so. Okay, so. Shopping woman at district. Still June Ness. Right, we did that. The bookstore. Let's okay. Shopping woman in the shopping district. North. Start there. Start with this one. Poison, blah, blah, blah. No. That's her. Okay. Now, you go to Juness. That's the girl. Okay, now go back near the bookstore. Her. Okay. And then ask everyone if they seen anything suspicious. Okay. Nothing. Nope. Alright, cheer. What was it? Oh. I've spoken to literally everyone and like, oh, never mind. I thought it was a tofu shop for some reason. Go to the velvet real quick. Oh, well. What do we have here? Another one.
Release yourself. Release yourself. From desire, from impulse. Logic and rationales are excuses for the weak. Release yourself. Your heart's voice. Your internal scream. In exchange for a lost voice, grab hold of your proof of life. Never let it go.
What is this? Huh?
Cute. Mess. Damn, there's really nothing else. Like, I mean, girl, I have done all of that. Like, what else is there? Seriously. This is stupid. I've talked to everyone. Go town. Alright. Talk to everyone, but only the second option. Okay, so her. TV. Okay. Okay. It's a misunderstanding. Okay. Selecting both. If you still having trouble. Wait. The final lesson. It's kind of pointless in the game now. So. Okay. Oh. Okay, so maybe I should go ahead and ask them anyway. Doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person. Alright, let's just go back to Naoto then, because that should be it. Me and Aya. So let's try to go to Aya now. Jesus. Yo, I really hate how bugged this game is. It really is. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Okay, talk to people outside here. Let's see if you have to go on. You should talk to more people and gather more info. Who else did I not talk to? Jesus, I feel like I spoke to everyone at this point. Jesus. I freaking hate this game. This game makes a simple process so stupid. I feel like I spoke to everyone already. What the fuck? Seriously. This is ridiculous how like I never hated a Persona game so much ever. This is the only one that pisses me off. Finally, Jesus. My God.
I'm seriously pooped.
It's pooped as my toilet, but
This stuff's
okay.
a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
Yep.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
Yeah, this is obnoxious. This is a bug that needs to be addressed in the remake.
What should we do?
They're going to do a remake of this. This is definitely something they need to fix. This, oh my God, I freaking hate how this game implements this shit.
Well, one steak bowl, please.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break.
Yeah, we ain't got a choice.
I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Eat dishes.
Now that our tummies are full,
Yep, so will our brains.
let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
Alright.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent.
The first two, not so much, but the third, most definitely.
Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion.
See, the third and fourth things she mentioned are the only ones worth paying attention to. The first two are just hearsay.
I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
Yep, I'm gonna tell her. I'll tell her what I think it is. I'll tell you what I think it is.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here.
I hate knowing that Persona 4 Golden's the only Persona where you truly need a guide to really know how to do everything. Persona 5, especially Royal, your second playthrough, you could definitely lock in just about everything. And then when it comes to the endings and the right stuff, just have your multiple saves and you can get all the endings easy. This game's a pain in the ass. The scum save, yeah, when it comes to, but the thing is, like, when it comes to, like, just getting things moving, oh my god, Persona 4 is horrendous with this. It really is. Persona 3, you may need a guide if you're trying to beat Elizabeth, and that's about it. But to get everything that you need, not even an issue.
Maybe this will help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing.
I'll even go on and say, in Persona 3, you can get almost all the social links maxed out. I'm talking about P3P, Persona 3 Portable. Persona 3 Reload, you can max most of the social links out on your first playthrough. Even with the episode hangouts of the non-social links. Just putting that out there.
Is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
Something's overlooked, yep.
What's the matter?
Oh, I know something. See, the connection Mayumi and Saki, not so much. Those aren't even the most important parts of these details. It's the warning letters. Because how the heck would the killer know where I live, have it directly to me, and be able to be in proximity without any suspicion? And they knew what Namatame was doing. And was probably keeping an eye on him too. And no witnesses. Most of it was probably done at night when everyone's asleep. Because remember, Zenaba, this ain't New York City. And it's someone that no one's paying attention to because they think he's a slacker. I'll tell you right now, it's someone else. Someone else. Oh, by the way, just thought I'd let you know, if you pick any of these other people, you end up getting a bad ending where they seem cuckoo, they get thrown to the TV and just time skips, and then Toshimiya's like, well, I hope, it's a really bad ending. Adachi. Yep. Mm-hmm. And also how casual he was. He's like, oh, that's terrible. But it says it in a way that's like, Ooh, how convenient type of attitude. Never like that. Yep. All right. Here's the thing. Tell you right now. I'm not gonna do this here because it'll be a pain in the ass to do this all over again. But that being said, if I don't tell them and I protect Adachi, you end up getting a bad ending with a nice after clip with him, basically saying, "Hey, you a pendejo." I'll show you guys that ending later. But again, you end up maxing out a certain social link, but then the problem with that social link is that, you know, you gotta do this all over again in New Game Plus just to, you know, whatever. It's just a pain in the ass. Thank God we have a little station in this game's menu where you can actually view all the video, so I can show you guys. But this is where we want to go.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective.
Which makes him the perfect culprit. Because that's the thing. He makes you believe he's lousy. He's actually very good at his job. But instead of using it for his job, he's using it for what he's doing.
Are we really on the right track here?
Yep.
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
Bless you.
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano and...
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon. But I thought, you know, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions.
Oh, that doesn't help him any.
I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places.
Yep.
And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up.
Yep.
Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
Then, is it really Adachi-san?
Oh, it's him, all right.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible. This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
Whoa,
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
Oh yeah, that suspect is fuck.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering, you seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
Yeah, we're used to it though, so that don't mean nothing.
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
He's trying to cover his tracks.
Those first two murders
for us,
have been
he's
bothering
slipping.
me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Yep.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job.
Not the job, but for the murders, most definitely.
You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
Oh, the interrogation.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice. The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything. That was months and months ago, too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back. Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
The warning letter.
Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that, and what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind. Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is? I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first two murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
What? That's ridiculous. We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in.
What did you just say?
Put them all in.
Hey.
What? We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in.
What's this putting them in business? Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
I see. Now I finally understand. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow. Then that settles it. How, I wonder? Would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that. What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy!
Wait, you son of a bitch!
Get him! Get him!
Damn it!
Toshima, you should... Come on, Toshima, you know you shouldn't be running around, man. You're gonna bust yourself open again. Then they're gonna have to do surgery on your punk ass. Oh, boy.
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Check the TV. Not
Damn
that
it.
hard.
Where the hell did he go? Did you find him? I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi, and there's no record of anyone leaving this area. So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere!
Come on, people. Check the TV.
That
for crying out loud.
bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
How about you strap him to a bed and do surgery?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
You're right. Sorry. You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would. But could he have...
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. If he's
Where
the
else?
killer, he can go through, right? You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Let's go in. Wait. Hold on, let me make sure. No, let's go tomorrow.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here. We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Jeunesse like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
There we go. Oh boy. Whew.